and welcome back. Today is going to be my annual makeup mugs and more that I do at the beginning of every new year. I have my coffee ready to go and I'm just going to do a chatty get ready with you guys and talk about some of the plans and goals that I have for 2022. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching and let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to actually start by applying primer, which is the Away We Glow from NYX. It is new for this month. I haven't used it in a while, but my skin has been so dull and dry and just not nice lately that I feel like I need this cream to help brighten up my complexion a little bit. I hope you guys are all having a good start to the new year. I feel like it's been such a strange start because, at least for me, it just feels like it's I don't know, I felt like we'd be in a different spot global health-wise at this point. But I am excited anyway. I'm going to be using the XX Revolution concealer. I think it's just their, I actually don't know. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's the XX Revolution concealer in the shade CX 5.7. So I'm just going to apply this in all the usual spots and on some of the red areas of my skin. Mostly it's red because it's just so dry and flaky that my skin is just freaking out. Even though it's kind of been a bad start, not a bad start, but just a rough start to the year. I'm still looking forward to 2022. Hopefully we can make it better than 2021. I didn't actually think 2021 was that bad. 2020 was a lot harder, and I think 2021 was not quite as hard for me. I felt like there was a lot of great stuff that did happen this year, and there were rough patches, of course, and it just feels like this pandemic is never ending, but it wasn't an overall bad year. I haven't used this concealer in a while, but I actually like it. I kind of forgot that I like this one. I'm trying to just use up concealers one at a time, and then this one is such a pale shade that I feel like it's only going to work for me in January and February, so that is why I pulled it back out for this month. I'm actually going to use a foundation that is a powder foundation, so I'm going to go in with my bronzer right away, which is the usual Rimmel contour stick, and hopefully this will kind of stay in place when I use the powder foundation. I've never used a bronzer underneath the powder before, so hopefully this wasn't a really big mistake. My word of the year for 2021, every year I like to pick a word. I write it out at the beginning of my planner and I kind of try and focus on I don't really focus on the word, but it's always kind of back of mind throughout the year for me, and then at the end of every year I go back and I look at the word and see how did I apply it. For 2021, my mom actually helped me pick this one. I picked the word courage, which, I don't know if I really honestly was very courageous this year. I did a lot of new things, which is good. That was pretty, things that were kind of different for me. So I can see me being a little bit courageous in that sense, but I don't know if I was totally, courageous throughout the year. And then in 2022, I think I'm going to choose, I already know. I've already picked it, but there's something in my eye and I think I got that concealer in my eye. The word that I want to choose for 2022 is heal. So I kind of thought, I don't know why I thought of the word heal, but I just felt like it was something that I haven't really focused on that much over the last 5 or so years. I really want to focus on health, I guess, this year. I want to focus on my mental health and my physical health. So that's going to be my word for 2022. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've never tried to focus on my health before, so I think this is the year to do it. And yeah, it's going to be mind health, body health, and also just, lifestyle, work-life balance, and all that stuff. So I think there's a lot of ways that I could apply the word. Looking forward to seeing where the word takes me this year. Foundation. I'm actually going to use a powder foundation, which is the Aqua-surance Compact Foundation from JCat Beauty. I have the shade Natural, and I'm going to apply it with the little sponge that it comes with in here. And I'm just going to be careful not to push the bronzer around. So I'll just like apply, I'll just pat it in, I guess, to avoid that. And let me know if you guys choose a word every year. Let me know what word you choose. Or if you're going to start doing it this year, let me know what word you pick. I find it really helpful. I know it's not probably for everyone, but I find it really helpful to have it just always in the back of my mind. And it's not like I'm actively thinking about it in everything I do, but it really does, I think, impact the way that my year goes. So yeah, let me know if you've picked a word or if you're going to this year. Oh wow, that was like super mattifying. I like it though. I kind of forgot that I like this one. I'm really finding a whole bunch of like new products in my makeup stash lately, and I'm really excited about it because I haven't bought new makeup in so long, so it's kind of nice to have like a big collection that I can choose from. I'm going to use the Butter Blush from Physicians Formula, and this one is in the shade Rosy Pink. Some of my New Year's resolutions this year are kind of the same. I like to make my resolutions not really like resolutions so much, but more just like goals. And well, I don't know how to describe it, but it's things like walk a certain amount of steps a week. And then I also have like do yoga twice a week and exercise twice a week. So those are just like, they're not really resolutions, I guess. And then I have things like wear glasses 2 days a week because I really need to fix my eye health, I think. I have my resolutions saved on my phone, so I'm just pulling that up. Oh, and then I want to only order food 3 times a month. I did pretty bad with like Skip the Dishes and Uber Eats in 2021, so I definitely need to cut back on that this year and just cook. I do cook a lot, but I just find sometimes I'm so tired and I don't want to have to cook, and then I'm just, you know, it's so easy to click a button and order food. So I'm going to try and just do that 3 times a month. I'm just going to use the NYX Bear With Me setting spray. Another resolution that I had was to read 25 books. You guys know that I love reading. Reading is like one of my favorite things to do. And last year I read 28 books, I believe, in total. But I try to keep it around like 2 books a month. Sometimes it's like 1 book because it's a really big book, and sometimes it's 3. So I thought 25. I'll just aim for 25 this year. I'm going to do my eyes next, and my palette of the month is the Tuxedo palette from XX Revolution. I realize I have a lot of like XX Revolution products this month. I don't really know what eye look I'm going to go with. Probably something quite simple. So I'm just going to go in with this transition shade to start. It is a really nice palette though, and I really want to make the most out of my collection this year. I want to use as many like different types of palettes as I can. So then another kind of goal that I have, a resolution that I have this year, is actually to learn a new instrument. I've been playing piano since I was 4, and I can play trumpet and French horn, but I kind of want to learn a new instrument, and I was playing around with the idea of the double bass, like the string upright bass, but it's so expensive, and my parents were like, you don't have room in your house, so you can't get that. So I don't know, maybe guitar. I don't really like guitar that much. I like guitar, but I don't like the thought of me playing guitar. So I'm trying to figure out like what instrument could I play in an apartment that won't be too bulky to store and that won't be too loud for the neighbors. Maybe I will do guitar. And I feel like it's something that I could learn the basics on my own, and then if I really want to take it further, I could find a teacher. I'm just applying this shade to the lower lash line as well. I'm going to go in with this dark brown matte shade and use it in the outer corner. And then another resolution was to learn a new language, or just start learning a new language. I have the basics of French because we have to do that in Canada. Like we have to do it in school. We do like 12 years of French, but I really don't know that much of it considering that. And I know some German as well because my mom and her family, her side of the family, are German. So I had to kind of take classes as a kid, and my grandparents spoke German to us. But I still only know like the basics. Like I couldn't hold a conversation with a German speaker. I would have to resort to answering in English. I was thinking maybe Spanish for something different, and also because so many songs that I like are in Spanish, and I wish I could like understand it more and like just know what they're saying. There is all of this glitter on my brush, I guess from way back when I did a glittery eye look for Christmas. I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's kind of this like bronze shade, and I'm going to apply it on the lid part of my eye. I still kind of always have this on my goals, but I need to save money because I really want to get a car eventually someday. I feel like that's the one thing that I'm missing. Like, I own a house. I guess you don't even really need a car if you live in the city because there's always transit, but it would be really liberating to have a car, I think. And I just wouldn't have to rely on people for rides, and it would just feel better. I don't like driving particularly, but I could do with the car, I think, and it would be easier to get to my parents on the weekends and everything. So saving money is always on my kind of resolutions because it's so important. Just using that same transition shade we used first, and I'm just using it to blend out this bronze shade. Such a pretty bronzy shade though. Oh, and a really big resolution for me, which everybody, when I sent them, my family, my like list of resolutions, they're like, this should be number 1, but it was like 9th on my list. It is be more sustainable and just live a more sustainable lifestyle. I don't think I'm terrible at it, but I can definitely improve. And one of the big things is fast fashion. I love Zara, and it pains me to think that I'm not going to be purchasing from Zara this year, but at least not as much. I really need to start looking at like thrifting and just picking more sustainable brands. So that's a huge one for me. So I'm just going to add more of the dark brown shade to the outer corner just to make this look a little bit more intense. I have to get a compost. I don't have a compost in my apartment right now, so I just need to go and buy one, like one of those little green boxes. I'm pretty good with recycling, so I'm not worried about recycling. Oh, and I want to cook more vegetarian meals this year as well. I'm not going to become a vegetarian because I couldn't give up steak or beef or chicken, but I can definitely cook at least 1 meal a week vegetarian. I only cook 2 meals a week as it is because I usually have enough for like 5 meals, and that gets me through the week. Basically half of my meals will be vegetarian if I think about it that way. I'm going to add that dark brown shade just to the outer corner of my bottom lash line. I'll hopefully have some like thrifting videos on my channel in the future. That'll be kind of fun, I think. I'm going to use this shade right here in the inner corner. Oh, that's like very intense. I'm just going to curl my lashes really quick and then apply some mascara, and then I will be right back. It's hard to do that on camera, so I'll be right back. Okay, mascara is on, and I am just going to apply a lip color now, and the lip color that I'm using is one of the Ultimatte from Maybelline. It's in the shade More Truffle. More Truffle. I thought it was more taupe, but it's actually More Truffle. So another one of my resolutions. This is something that I've been thinking about for a while because I moved in here at the end of 2017, and it'll be 5 years at the end of this year, and I never envisioned myself when I was buying this place. I never thought that I would be here till I was 30 anyway, so I think I'm almost at that stage where I kind of want to start looking at new apartments and thinking about maybe upgrading to a bigger place. Just thinking down the future, and it's probably in like the next 2 years I want to move out and into a bigger place. Another resolution of mine is just to focus more on my career and work and like career opportunities. I just started a new job actually on Tuesday, January 4th. So that was my first day in a new job. It's the same company that I've been with for like the last 7 years, but it is a new position. It's a new department and just like complete change of role. So it's going to be a bit of a learning curve, and I definitely want to focus more on, I don't know why I am trying to do lipstick while talking to you guys, but I want to focus more on work this year and just like, just doing my best at my job. I really want to watch for my career as well and any opportunities that might come up. I don't know why I didn't include this one in my brown lipstick video, but it's a really beautiful brown shade. And then the last kind of resolution for me is it's like a whole bunch of like YouTube, Instagram stuff. You guys know I started knitting and crocheting last year. It was just a resolution last year in 2021 to knit a sweater and to learn to knit a sweater, and then it became a full-on project hobby for me. So I'm going to continue with my crocheting and knitting as well. Hopefully I can get more orders this year. I'm hoping to keep working on my stitching on the side, and obviously I want to keep working on YouTube. I might have to do like 1 video a week instead of 2 videos a week, but we'll see how it goes. But I definitely am not leaving YouTube this year, so I'll be around for at least another year. Those are all kind of my resolutions. I think that's like the majority of them. They're pretty basic, like they're nothing too interesting or like challenging, I guess. But that is it. That is 2022. I am looking forward to it. I feel like it's going to be a good year, and I'm excited for the future, and more excited I think than I was for 2021. So that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your resolutions are for 2022. If you picked a word of the year, let me know what you chose. Thank you guys as always for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos, and I will see you in my next one.